Hi guys, you're watching Interesting and Ficus. Today we want to build a house in the forest where you can come and spend the night. The forest is very dense, so far beautiful, but at night it's insanely scary. How scary, we'll find out in this video. As you understand from the title, we'll make a house from plaster. Yes, from the same plaster that is applied for fractures. We believe that this is a relatively ecological material from which you can make any interesting cool shape. First of all, we need to find a suitable place for our house. There should be a level place on a small elevation so that if it rains, our house doesn't end up in a puddle. It seems to me that we have already found a suitable place for this. We found here such dry, already cut poplar branches. We haven't yet figured out how we'll connect everything to get some kind of framework, but we'll now process them, cut them off and build a house. Look how many branches we've got. I don't even know if we need this much or not, but I think this should be enough for our house. Now the most important thing is to figure out what shape it will be. I want something unusual, but we'll see how it goes. So watch it till the end. So we have already decided. The idea came spontaneously. We came up with it unexpectedly. We'll have two triangles that will merge into one structure, and geometrically it should be very cool.
I didn't expect that we'll do everything so quickly. We already have such a structure in just 10 to 15 minutes. The most important thing is how strong this framework will be. The main thing for us is not the beauty of the house, but the durability. Will the sticks withstand the plaster that we'll put on them? Let's see.
Guys, look how the structure is turning out. Sergey and I thought for a very long time how to install the windows. Initially I wanted to install it under the ceiling, but then I thought and decided that it would be better to install it lower. Say it looks better in geometric proportions like this, doesn't it? I also had an idea to install a rhombus one, but since we have it rectangular, it wouldn't turn out very nicely. And look here, we'll have an entrance, we go straight, and here we'll have the very room. Firstly, you can stand here at full height because it's not small, but spacious. Here you can also lie down like this. The room will be very spacious. Surprisingly, our walls will consist of only 3 ingredients: water, gypsum and agrofiber. We'll do everything as follows. Add gypsum to the water, and then in the resulting solution we'll wet the agrofiber and then apply it to the structure that has already been built.
I bought such a whisk for mixing, which I simply inserted in the electric screw gun, and it works. Gypsum hardens so quickly that I'm afraid now I have time to stir it, and it will already have hardened. I can already feel the plaster hardening. For this case, I took rubber gloves, because I don't want to damage my hands. Look, the agrofiber is already starting to soak in plaster. I think our house will be cool. Gypsum house. Guys, it doesn't look very pretty now, but I think that later, when everything is dry, it will be cool. We'll have a cool, epic look. By the way, I also want to make some kind of lighting. I'm also wondering how warm or cold it will be there. Let's see.
Oh, I'm slipping away, so don't let me go.
Well, friends, I already have optimism because look how cool it turns out. We decided that first we'll do it like this with agrofiber, and then there's already a solidified form. We'll apply a thick layer of gypsum on top. It will be cool, like our cement house, like a yurt. But the plaster dries so quickly that we had to throw out a lot because we were distracted by 2 minutes and it was already hardened up.
You probably think that this house will stand until the first rain, but in fact we want in the future, when everything is dry, to varnish the house. Hopefully this will keep it from getting wet. Let's see if it works or not.
What's this going to be?
It will be a sconce or a flow lamp. I don't know yet. At first I wanted to make this flow lamp differently, but then I decided to make such a design choice. I was planning to put this outside, but now I'm not sure. Maybe we'll put it inside. There will be a light bulb inside here, and because of this vine, a beautiful shadow will fall on the walls.
I wanna stay in this feeling, but let me know that I am safe.
Friends, look, 20 minutes ago I put this piece of fiber and it can be already knocked.
So don't let me go now, your love is exceptional, it fills me up.
So I got such a flashlight. By the way, the light bulb here is 20 volts and it will work from the battery. Here I hit the wire a little with a vine. You could have hidden it in a different way, but that doesn't matter. I can't wait for the evening when we turn on the light. The street lamp is ready and now we're making the interior decorations. I wanted to do this for a long time because these bottles have been in my house for several months and now it's time to use them. By the way, I bought these garlands in Montenegro. In the evening, of course, it will look much more spectacular.
Guys, we have already covered everything with Gao textiles and now we'll simply need gypsum and cover the walls with a thick layer as we did with a house made of cement. Gypsum had three consistency options at the moment. When DMAC needs gypsum, it's liquid, and then we just pour it on top of the house. Then it thickens a little, as for example now, and then we smooth out all the irregularities with it to make it beautiful. Later, when it becomes very thick, we cut the most problematic areas with it. Thus, we have been making our house for 3 hours already. Gypsum hardens very quickly. Sometimes it happens that we don't have time to use it and just throw it away. We have a lot of that.
And now we'll check how quickly our molds will solidify. It seems to me that it dries quickly on the house because there is a very thin layer. Let's see how quickly it solidifies in such a thickness. So now it's 4:05.
As the house dries up, I work on the door. Look, I found some cool sticks that fit us perfectly. I want to make on the doors jumpers from sticks, which most likely I will fix with wire. We'll make it so that the door can be simply removed and set aside. That is, you need to make some handles so that you can go in and close the door like that. You can open it in the same way. I think it will look very epic if it is made of wood.
We worked so hard that we completely forgot about our molds. Although about 20 minutes after the plaster was poured, I checked and the top layer was dry. It has now been 50 minutes. So let's see.
How's it?
Wow, look. There's still time before the new year, but the mood is already there. But still I hope to be in Thailand before the new year. You hear the house is already solidified. Therefore, while Sergey finishes making the door, I'll cover the house with varnish. The smell from the varnish is just awful, so while the varnish dries, we decided to light a fire to make dinner. Before doing this, we need to dig in this place, remove the top layer of the soil, because then it won't be fertile, and then dig a hole.
What are we going to cook today?
Today we'll have the classic carbonara pasta.
So the door is ready now. This is completely handmade. Can you imagine? I screwed each stick myself. Check it out. What do you think?
Quite atmospheric. I like it.
Guys, for more comfort and practicality, we decided to sheathe the inside of the house with a vapor barrier, or rather a hydro barrier. It turns out that the system is like this. Moisture comes out of here but doesn't get here. That is, we'll get rid of the fact that if some moisture remains in the gypsum, then it will not get there. Thus, coziness is created.
As you can see, oddly enough, but we have two tripods at once, because for the pasta we'll need to combine two ingredients while they're warm. Most of all, I like to eat in nature because in nature it's always tastier, especially over a fire and when I cook, because Sergey doesn't know how to cook anything at all.
Don't lie.
The interesting thing is that usually the pasta is cooked like this, but since it's now over the fire, it starts to burn. So I wait until it becomes softer and completely plunges into the water. Wow, smells good. I added garlic and very tasty bacon, which I ate half while chopping.
Yeah, the garlic smells great. How's the pasta?
The pasta needs to be taken off the heat, and while everything is hot, all needs to be mixed. This is our York and cheese sauce. It turned out to be very thick, so I took some water from the pasta.
Oh, we're not going to fry or cook this sauce.
No, it needs to be put out already in the mixed pasta with bacon, and due to the fact that the hot sauce will still melt by itself, it's going to be super tasty. By the way, I don't know, maybe this is such a pasta, but it was prepared very quickly. Literally in 20-30 minutes, everything was ready. Now we'll test and find out how my first carbonara pasta turned out.
I knew we could be one love-based symphony.
Bon appetit!
Wow!
Welcome to our Plaster of Paris shelter.
It looks like some kind of ice room. Damn, it's so epic here. It's a pity that you have to come here on your knees, but I really like it here. This is some kind of epic ice room. Now let's check how my door works, whether it's possible to close it from the inside. See, no problem at all. I don't know if such door exists, but I came up with one, and as you can see, everything works. Friends, I wonder if it's possible to make a whole project out of plaster houses. That is, maybe we could still make something out of plaster of Paris here, build a whole city, make a heating system here because it's already cold outside. In general, there is a lot that can be done.
It turned out to be a real old country house. Look at this texture. I really like it. I honestly like it. Incidentally, surprisingly, it's not scary at all, although there is something rustling in the forest, and I know that the hedgehog should already be sleeping, but thanks to my lamp, it's not scary here.
And if it's discharged?
Then I'll be the first to go back to the city.
Well, what we feared happened. Our camera battery ran out. It was cool at night, but not cold. The gypsum maintains the warm temperature inside. Now we can come to this house and relax. If you want continuation of this project, then we will equip it. By the way, it would be interesting to take a steam bath in a sauna of Plaster of Paris. Write all your thoughts and be sure to hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. It was Interesting and Ficus with you. Until next time.
I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive.
Blah, blah.